What's going on, y'all? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new review of Toya and Reginae, Season 2, Episode 4. What is going on, you guys? I hope you guys have had a wonderful, wonderful Friday, and I have been doing the exact same thing. What is going on, you guys? All right. Now, the only thing that you guys have to look forward to in regards to what I got coming up on the platform is the third installment of the Love and Marriage Huntsville reunion. I'll be doing it on Saturday night, at 10:35 p.m. Eastern time, right after T is done going live. Anything before that, it may be a yes for the mess or something like that if there's something to talk about. So just be on the lookout for that. But either way it goes, that's pretty much all that I got to let you guys know about. If there's anything else that I need to let you guys know about, I will let you guys know at the very end of this video. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the review right now. So Toya and Reginae, okay? So Reginae is in town. She's in the ATL right now. She's been spending time in Atlanta, and her and Toya really haven't had the chance to really go out and spend time with each other because, yeah, Reginae lives in LA now, so they don't get that time anymore. So they go to make perfume and stuff like that. So Toya tells Reginae that, she got this family reunion plan. She already getting everything set up. She got all of her dad's kids to come together, and it's going to be like a sibling reunion. And I think that's a really good idea. I think that's a good idea, especially being the fact that he has so many fucking kids, because it's really unknown as to how many kids he really got. Because according to Toya, he got 17. But then Walt said that he got 24. But then Anita said he had 27. So we really don't know how many fucking kids he really got, but I'm pretty sure that all of them don't really know each other like that. Everybody's all scattered out and shit. So therefore, it'll be good for them to have that sibling reunion. So Toya tells Reginae that when it comes down to Casey, she's taking a break from Casey at this particular point. Like, she really ain't got nothing else to say to Casey. She really don't want to talk to Casey right now because she doesn't think that Casey takes any accountability for his actions. And I do think that that's partially true. He doesn't take accountability for his actions, but it's just something about Casey that make me sympathize with him just a little bit, to be quite honest. But I'll tell you that in a second. But she says that he's very disrespectful and he doesn't take accountability for the disrespect that he gives to everybody else. Reginae then tells Toya that Casey said that he wanted to know if Toya would be open to going to therapy with him. So Toya was like, so he going to see a therapist. And then Reginae was like, well, yeah, he is going to see a therapist. You know what I mean? At least that's what he told me. And so Toya was like, well, I think that's good that he's going to see a therapist, but I think that he needs to focus on himself um more so than have me going to therapy with him, because I'm not really sure if I'm going to go to therapy with him. Now, here's the thing. I agree with Toya somewhat as far as he needs to go to therapy and focus on himself, because Casey does have a lot of deep rooted issues. So she does have a point when she says that. But I don't like the fact that Toya is acting like she don't have no problems or she don't have no trauma, because a lot of their issues, and let's be honest, a lot of the trauma, a lot of the issues really stem from Anita. That's why they don't get along. That's why they never had that whole family connection, because their mother was out doing drugs and shit. Now, granted, Miss Anita has gotten past that shit. She's in a better place in her life, but we have to be honest and say that there is some untreated trauma with that situation. I think it would be beneficial to both Toya and Casey if they went to therapy. True enough, Casey does need to focus on himself. Casey does need to go to therapy to fix his own self before he fixes his relationship with Toya. But it would be beneficial, in my opinion, if Toya went with Casey, because I don't give a fuck how much money you got. I don't give a damn what place you are in life. I still feel as though it benefits you to go ahead and fucking go too. I'm sorry, but that's what I think. And I know a lot of people probably won't agree with that, but I personally believe that it would be good if she went. That's just me. Toya said, and that Beatty told me that her and Walt told me that her and that Beatty and Mel are back together. You didn't tell me that. So Reginae was like, well, it really wasn't my place to tell you that, so that's why I ain't tell you. Which is true. It wasn't her place to tell you shit, Toya. So Toya says, okay, well, I'm just gonna have to talk to Beatty on my own, because we really need to have a conversation. So in the midst of Toya getting ready to film, the film crew is over Toya house. Everybody's setting up. Toya getting herself dolled up, getting her hair done. Everybody getting ready to film. And the next thing you know, her phone gets to ringing. And it's an unexpected call. And you could tell that she's pretty worried about this phone call that she received, right? So as she received this phone call, come to find out, Beatty and Mel have gotten in a car accident out there on Cobb Parkway out there up on the north side. And she's very worried. She's frantic. She immediately grabs Rain. They get in the car and they leave. So they head to the hospital. Come to find out, Beatty's car is totaled. It's total like hell, and Beatty and Mel are all messed up. Like they're messed up right about now. While they're sitting in the hospital, Casey was like, even though Toya and Mel not really rocking with each other or don't see eye to eye right about now, Toya still dropped whatever she did and went to go see about her family. And I'm really hoping that me and Toya can, get back together and go to therapy together, because I really miss my sister and I want my sister back in my life. So then that's when Beatty and Mel, they're both okay, but they both got busted legs. But all in all, they're still alive and they're still here. So that's all that really matters. The busted legs would heal. They might have an issue with walking for a minute, but the legs will heal long as their life is still here. That's all that matters. Toya confronts Beatty about being back with Mel, right? So she feels some type of way about Beatty not telling her about getting back with Mel, especially being that Beatty is living in her house. So she feels like, why wouldn't you tell me that? And you staying with me, you got this going on, you got that going on. Why wouldn't you tell me that, you back rocking with Mel? And so she said, my feelings about Mel was based off of the things that you told me. So I'm listening to Toya and I'm like, Beatty, Toya kind of got a point now. Because when you and Mel was going through your shit, you probably went to Toya as your big sister, and you probably, popped off at the mouth about the girl, talked shit about the girl, said, well, she ain't doing this and she ain't doing that, and she ain't the type of girl I need, and she this and she that. That probably happened. And it tends to happen sometimes when you're in a relationship and it's not going well right about now. That's normally how it goes. You feel what I'm saying? However, Beatty did say, yeah, based off of what I told you, yeah, you did have those feelings. Beatty then says that it was going to be hard for me to talk to you because I felt like you was going to go in if I told you that I was back with Mel. I think the problem is that Beatty doesn't feel comfortable talking to Toya. She doesn't feel comfortable, and I don't think that Toya gives her that space to feel comfortable with talking to her about certain things, because she probably going to blow up or make it about her or something like that, because that's one of the things that Beatty said. She'd rather talk to Danielle rather than talk to Toya, and that's her own motherfucking sister. So while Toya walking around here acting like she's perfect Patty, she got some issues of her own too, and she got a little bit of issues with communication herself, which is why Beatty does not feel comfortable talking to her. And that ain't me trying to rag on Toya or anything like that. I promise you I'm not. But at the same point in time, though, that's the reason. That's the reason. She doesn't feel comfortable talking to you. So she goes elsewhere to talk, and she keeps secrets from you because she don't feel comfortable with it. You don't give her a safe space to talk to you, right? At this point. And Toya has to take accountability for not giving a person the safe space, because here's the thing: you want her to tell you shit, but she don't feel right doing it because of your actions and the way that you act. So there might be something that you might need to work on here. You and Beatty might need to go to therapy, being honest. Beatty asked Toya, would she talk to Mel? And Toya said, if you're gonna be with Mel and that's who you in love with and stuff like that, then I don't have a problem with talking to Mel. But you do need to realize that you were wrong for not telling me, because that was real fucked up, Beatty. It was real fucked up. So Reginae and her friends, they go to a smashing room. The only ones that I can remember was like Zonique, that girl Lo, and the girl, what's the other girl's name? I think her name is Abby. But it was two other girls with them. It was a room full of them up in that child. She says that at this point, she miss her friends, but she does not want to move back to Atlanta. And everybody was looking at her like, girl, you might as well come on back home to the ATL, girl. And, Reginae was like, I don't want to come back to Atlanta. It's just too much family drama going on. And I just rather not be around this shit. You and me both, although I'm in Atlanta and you left, but I moved to Atlanta and I am very fine with not being around my family drama when it comes down to my mama's side. When I tell you guys it's a weight lifted off of me, that's why when my mama called me and she'll be telling me stuff that's going on, I'm like, yeah, girl, you handle that because I ain't there. I don't want to be around it. Uh-huh, yeah, girl, you better handle that shit. Uh-huh, yeah, girl. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's always refreshing when you're not around the family drama. But the sad part is when you go home and visit and you're reminded of the family drama and why you left in the first goddamn place. That's the only thing that makes it hard to go back home. Because let me tell you, I done been home 3 times already. Since I left and moved to Atlanta. My last time going home was in January for my dental appointment, but I'm not coming back to Mississippi no time soon. Probably in the summertime I'll come back at that point, but I'm not coming back home in no time soon, child. I promise you I'm not. But that's enough on me though. But Abby says that she's doing a fitness class. They want to do a trip. Reginae said that she got a movie role that she really wanted by playing a bounty hunter, and she's glad that she got the role because it's a little bit different. It's something outside of what she normally does, and she's excited about it. And she talks about the family reunion, and she says that that my grandmama want to get back with her baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? So every time it comes down to that, she want to get back with her baby daddy. So we're gonna see how it go. I will say that I do think that Reginae is growing on me because y'all do know that there was a time where I was looking at growing up hip hop Atlanta. And I wasn't reviewing it like that then, but I did review one episode. This was back in 2016 when Reginae was on there and she got into it with Brandon. I just thought that she was a spoiled brat, and I just did not like Reginae at all, like at all. And when I reviewed Toya and Reginae last season, I didn't like her then either, and I was just finding any reason to drag her ass because I'm just like, girl, you are so spoiled and bitchy. Like I don't like you at all. But this season, it does seem like she's growing a lot. She's in a better place and she's emotionally mature now. So I can actually deal with Reginae because she does kind of is more level headed this season. Toya and Walter. Toya calls Walt to inform him about everything that's going on with this party planning for this family reunion, honey. And Walter's supposed to be the one that's gonna be helping her out with everything. But in the midst of her trying to tell Walter about everything, Walter trying to tell her something, but she's steady running her damn mouth. And he finally tells her, I can't go to the family reunion because my PO won't let me go. And then he breaks down crying because he wants to see his daughter, who he hasn't seen in 9 years. And that was his main purpose of wanting to go to the family reunion so he can finally reunite with his daughter. And I felt bad for Walter. I really did feel bad for him because it does seem like Walter is out of prison. He got his head on straight. He wants to be in a better place right now, and he really wants to make things right with his daughter. And I can only just imagine how he feels not being able to be with his daughter for 9 years and having to explain it almost a decade later. And I understood him and I understood his pain and I understood why he really wanted to make that shit happen. And I thought it was messed up, but that's how it is when you be in jail for a while and your PO is involved and they're gonna give you a hard time now. It's only so much you can do when you on parole, honey. So y'all, Toya might have to try to find a way to bring the daughter up to Atlanta so she can be around her family if the mother allows that. But that's the only way that Walter gonna be able to see his child right about now because baby, to see that grown ass thug ass man break down and cry, that was a lot. I really feel bad for him. Y'all know I'm not no emotional ass nigga at all, but for that I feel bad for him. Um, Toya and Red, they was talking, and it's pretty clear that Red don't want to go on this trip. But Toya informs Red that Walter can't go to New Orleans because his PO won't allow him to. And that's when Red said that, well, yeah, me, Walt, and Casey met up the other day. And Toya said, well, child, I heard that went left. And then that's when Casey says that Casey says, I mean, that's when Red says that Casey said that Toya owes him an apology. And Toya was very confused and she was like, an apology for what? Like, what do I owe him an apology for? And so Red just said, listen, I'm just gonna tell you right now. I don't really like the disrespect. I don't really care for the disrespect at all. And so when he says that, that's when Toya makes Rain go to her room. I'm like, okay, good parenting. Go ahead. So then Red said, if it was anybody else, it would be problems. And I'm tired of them being disrespectful and ungrateful to you. Okay, protective husband, get it together. So then Red says that it's a pattern between Casey and Toya and it needs to stop. And Red says that Casey needs to see the therapist by himself first because he doesn't take accountability for the shit that he does. I think that Casey feels that when he flashes out, he says things that he don't mean. And because he don't mean the shit, everybody else got to get over it. But that's not the way it works out though, Casey. You can't say heinous ass shit to people, hurtful ass shit to people. Let's be clear, hurtful ass shit to people, and think that people are supposed to be okay with you saying that hurtful ass shit. That's not the way it goes, and that's not the way shit works, bitch. You can't say like hateful shit out of your mouth to me and then think that I'm supposed to be okay with that shit. No, you're not gonna be. I'm not gonna be okay with it, bitch. Are you serious? Like you can't say that bullshit to me. Like, no, you can't. And Casey reminds me of one of my sisters because she do shit like that too. Like she'll flash out on you, say all kinds of go like hit you below the fucking belt, like hit you below the belt, say shit that she know will hurt you, like real shit. Like it's been many a times where me and my sister have gotten into like a small disagreement, and that bitch will take it to a whole nother level, like to a whole nother fucking level where she'll go like completely below the belt, and that shit hurts. And there's been many times where I wanted to wanted to do bodily harm to her because she really really took it there with me, and that is the one of the reasons why I had to remove myself from her, because that's what she does. And when she do shit like that the very next day, she feels like, oh, everything is cool, we're over it, it's another day. No, you can't say hurtful shit to me and then don't apologize and then expect for me to give you a fucking apology after you the one who said the bullshit and hurt my motherfucking feelings. And you know it was fucked up that you said that, but you want an apology from me. Absolutely not. The fuck I'm giving you an apology for? That doesn't make any sense. It just don't make any sense. But okay, but I agree with what Red got to say. So Mel and Beatty, they're still hurt from the accident. Beatty is still dealing with a little bit of whiplash that she got. But Beatty says that she didn't tell Toya that they were together. And Mel was like, you ain't tell her. And so Beatty was like, no, I had not told my sister that we were together yet. But I knew that, I talked shit, and then Mel was like, of course you did, because I was talking shit too. I mean, we both talk shit. But we got to make sure that when we confide in people, we got to make sure that we're confiding in people that don't want to destroy the relationship or don't want to break us up. You feel what I'm saying? That's what we need to make certain. Um Beatty asked Mel, would she be open to talk to Toya? And Mel was like, I'm open to talk to Toya, as long as she's not, popping off or flipping off. I'm fine with talking to Toya. So it looks like Mel and Toya are both on a road to talking and having an understanding. And that's all that Beatty wants from all of them, is to have an understanding. It will make her life a little bit better. So everybody gets ready to get on the bus. It's time for the road trip to New Orleans. And baby, because, I ain't no way in hell I would have got on a bus to go to New Orleans, baby. I would get on a Southwest flight in a minute and get down there to New Orleans. I'm not getting on nobody's bus. Absolutely not. So Toya is annoyed because she knows that Casey told Red that she owes him a fucking apology. So she's irritated. So everybody want to know who dropped Reginae off. And Reginae was like, my friend dropped me off. And then that's when Toya was like, Mama, who dropped Reginae off? And Miss Anita said, her boyfriend. And then Reginae was like, well, damn, grandmama, you gonna throw me out there like that? And then Toy was like, listen, I don't know nothing about this Wizard Kelly person, and I'm starting to believe that he's not the one. Like me and Reginae normally like share things like this. I don't understand why she's not sharing this with me. Maybe because she's not ready to share it with you, Toya. Reginae like 26 years old. She grown. It's gonna be some things that she's gonna wait to share with you, especially a relationship that especially at that point in time, like she already dealt with the shit with Armand, so she's not ready for y'all to know this man yet, and I don't really blame her for not being ready, child. Like, no, we ain't ready, girl. We ain't ready. um let's see. So then Reginae says that Toya and Mel need to talk. And then Tori was like, "Yeah, me and Mel gonna talk. Like, I'm not opposed to that. I know that we need to have a conversation." So then that's when the subject about Anita wanting her baby daddy back and came up, and Tori done called her daddy, and Anita and the man and gone back and forth, and all this other stuff about who was fucking who and all this other shit. It was a funny ass conversation. That let me know that this New Orleans trip probably gonna be pretty entertaining. Okay, that's what it looks like to me. Okay. Um. So Toya then asked Casey about the therapy. He says that he's been going to therapy. And so Casey says that I know that I showed out on the Queen Day stuff. Like, that was your day, that was your moment. And Casey's always messing up stuff. So that was, your moment that I fucked up for you. And Toya was like, it's not just about the Queen Day or what happened in New Orleans. It's a breakdown of things that you have said and done to me, and that's why I'm in the place that I'm at. Like, you flat out said that it was my fault that Rudy and Josh got killed. And I know that that is the main thing that really bothers Toya, because it's probably the most hurtful thing that came out of his mouth. Because if I'm not mistaken, Toya was not speaking to neither Rudy nor Josh at the time that they got killed. So I know that that was something that was really bothering her and probably like really getting her goat, to be quite honest. So I can only imagine how Toya felt in that moment. And that's probably the main thing that she can't get past is that comment. And to be honest, like, a lot of people saying that words can't hurt you, but bitch, words do hurt. Okay. There's so many things that I would never forget a motherfucker saying, and I could get past it, but I never look at you the same. Like, and I don't even want to go into that. I ain't gonna go into that because this ain't got nothing to do with me. But however, like, that's just how I feel. Like, child, there's only so many times you can say some fucked up shit to me and think that you're gonna get away with it. And Tori was like, "Yeah, we family, but family is not your punching bag." And I feel like you treat family as your punching bag, which he does treat family as his punching bag. And then Casey was like, "So I'm the only one with a problem." And so Tori was like, "Don't worry about me. You need to worry about you and your issues. That's why you need to go to therapy and focus on yourself. Because baby, I'm not going." So at this point, Casey like, "So I'm the only one with a problem. No one saying nothing." And then that's when Casey said, "I'm the only one with a problem here." And I'm like, "Here you go. Now you proving Toya ass right. And now you making me look crazy. Cause last season I was defending your ass. Cause I could see a lot of me in you when it come down to my siblings, but I also see a lot of me in Toya when it come down to my siblings as well. So I kind of get both sides of the spectrum, to be quite honest. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I kind of get both sides of it all. But it is what it is. Casey just gonna have to figure out his own shit. And it's really not up to Toya, Anita, or Walt, or anybody else for him to figure that shit out. It's really nothing. It's really nothing more that we can say, to be quite honest. It's not. And that's pretty much it. You know what I mean? Like, as much as I want to understand him, there's no way that he can be understood, especially with the way that he is doing stuff. You feel what I'm saying? That's just it. But y'all, sorry, but I hope you guys enjoyed this review. This is my review of Toya and Reginae. Okay, I am really enjoying this show. This is probably one of my favorite shows to review right now. But all in all, that was it. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave you guys with this. Okay, y'all know I leave you guys with the last minute of the review. Um, for you guys to vote. Okay. Now I am nominated for the fifth time for a Boss Babe Award. This year, I'm nominated for Content Creator of the Year. Be sure to vote for me. The link is in the description box underneath my social media handles, and it is also in the comment section as a pinned comment. Make sure you guys vote for me as well as some of my peers like Really B, Bonnie Blue, Bench Worthy, Chef Dun Dun, Hemingway, Andario, Chasing Reality, and many, many others. Make sure you guys vote for all of us and support us all. And I'm done. Bye, y'all.